Okay, so now I've calmed myself down after Teixeira versus Prochazka. Let's talk about the co-main event of UFC 275. Valentina Shevchenko versus Taila Santos. Valentina Shevchenko gets the split decision win, and people are not happy with this result whatsoever. I'm seeing the words robbery everywhere, and the majority of people do not believe that Valentina Shevchenko should have won that fight against Taila Santos, and they genuinely believe, I'm not joking, hardcore fans, they genuinely believe that Taila Santos should have won the first 3 rounds against Valentina Shevchenko and should have won that fight 3-2. Now listen to me. I was being biased towards Taila Santos the entire time. I picked Shevchenko to win by competitive decision. I feel like that's what happened. I didn't expect that much success from Taila Santos. I'll be honest, it did surprise me. However, how many more times do I have to explain the rules of MMA to these dumb MMA fans? You're dumb if you think Taila Santos won that fight against Valentina Shevchenko. You're just silly. Damage over everything. Say it with me right now, Michael Bisping on commentary, which swayed everyone's opinions watching at home. Damage over everything. Control time means absolutely nothing. One more time. Damage over everything. Control time means nothing if one fighter does more damage. Do I need to say this again? Learn the rules of MMA scoring. They are very easy to follow. Damage over everything. Control time means nothing unless damage is even. Valentina Shevchenko full well could have won this fight 49-46. People didn't like that scorecard. The first 2 rounds, Valentina Shevchenko did more damage than Taila Santos, and she landed way more total strikes. She landed 234 total strikes to 128 of Taila Santos's. Valentina Shevchenko only lost round 3. Maybe because of the amount of close submission attempts that Taila Santos had. And that's it. That's the only round you can argue her losing, and even in that round, she landed 17-7 on significant strikes, according to the stats, and landed way more total strikes as well. However, that, in my opinion, was the round where Taila Santos had 2 moments with very close rear naked choke attempts. However, don't call it a robbery. Learn the rules of scoring in MMA. Okay? Control time means nothing. It's why Garn should have beaten Garnu. Okay? Unless damage is even, which it was in Adesanya versus Whittaker in some of those close rounds, then you can score those moments for Whittaker. But no one wants to score those moments for Whittaker. They don't care about takedowns then and control time and back takes then. They don't care when it's Whittaker against Adesanya, do they? Valentina Shevchenko did way more damage. Adesanya Whittaker 2, it was even, and Whittaker won the grappling exchanges. So he wins 3-2. Rounds 2, 4, and 5 against Adesanya, who won rounds 1 and 4. 1 and 3, sorry. Valentina Shevchenko, in rounds 1, 2, 4, and 5, out-damaged Taila Santos to a level where it doesn't matter that Taila Santos had her back. Brendan Allen versus Jacob Malkoun was exactly the same way. The scoring is, one more time with me, MMA fans, damage over everything. It's how Ketlen Vieira beat Holly Holm. And I am seeing, and it's Michael Bisping's open scoring comment. He's brain dead. Michael Bisping is brain dead. He's swaying MMA culture with his stupid takes. I watched him do a video where he broke down the scoring criteria. Damage over everything. Damage first. If damage is even, then you look at control time. I watched him do it on video. He has a video on his channel talking about it. And he's there saying, Shevchenko needs a finish. I have this 3-0 Taila Santos. Why are you scoring rounds? This is how Ketlen Vieira lost to Yana Kunitskaya. Whilst Taila Santos was on the back of Valentina Shevchenko and landed maybe 5 leg kicks in round 1 and 4 leg kicks in round 2, Valentina Shevchenko landed better shots on the feet, clear significant shots on the feet, to the body, to the legs, to the head of Taila Santos, okay? And whilst she had her back taken, Taila Santos did 0 damage whatsoever. Was I impressed by Taila Santos and surprised? Yes. Surprise factor does not change the scoring of fights. This is why people had Gustafsson beating Jones in the first fight. Just because someone's doing unexpectedly good does not increase the value of what they're doing. Jones beat Gus 4-1 in the first fight. But because people had never seen anyone do anything to Jones, people valued the little that Gus did more than the more that Jones did. Shevchenko, whilst having her back taken, was non-stop punching the face of Taila Santos. And while she was on bottom, elbowing her, separating, landing some really clean elbows, good shots, elbows, slicing open Taila Santos, landing big punches behind her head when she was fighting the hands. Big punches there as well. You have to do damage. Damage is scored first. Shevchenko had more scoring because damage is scored, and she did more damage in rounds 1 and 2. Then she did more damage in round 4. It was a close round 4, but she did more damage and she found her own control time. And she found more damage there and more total strikes again. Round 5, same situation, more damage, control time of her own, and total strikes there as well. Credit to Taila Santos, great performance. Did not expect you to be this competitive whatsoever. She took the back of Shevchenko so well. She took the back so well against Shevchenko. I really wanted Taila Santos to win to shake up the division. Sure, I picked Shevchenko, but I didn't want her to win because it's boring when there's a dominant champ and there's no skill for her in a division to compete against. Okay? Taila Santos did great. She got takedowns, she got the back, but Shevchenko won on damage. She outstruck her, doubled her on total strikes, nearly 234 to 128, even if they're off by 10 each way. That's such a difference. It matters because damage matters in scoring first above all else. Michael fucking Bisping, you one-eyed brain-dead freak. I watched a video of you reading the scoring. Damage over everything. Damage trumps all. Damage first. You don't score control time unless damage is even. Shevchenko outdamaged Santos. Sure. Was it unfair that Shevchenko head clashed with her and Santos' eye closed? Yes, and respect to Santos for still staying in there after that happened. Massive respect to Santos. She had a great performance. She did not win this matchup. No way. At best, it was 3-2 Shevchenko. I want to talk to the fucking judge who gave it to Santos. Because that's pathetic. That you're not scoring MMA right. You had Brendan Allen winning unanimously, but you ain't giving it to Shevchenko. Exactly the same rule set. Damage over everything. Whilst Santos was laying on her back, fighting hands, doing no damage, if Santos was punching at Shevchenko from the back over and over, pepper in the face, pepper in the body, pepper in the face, I would have given her some more bonus points. But she just wasn't. She really wasn't. Sure, she got the takedowns in the first place. That's good if damage is even. But it wasn't. Damage was even in round 2 of Whittaker versus Adesanya. Whittaker got a takedown and landed a couple of shoveling total strikes. He wins round 2. Damage was even in round 4 of Adesanya versus Whittaker. Adesanya might have been minorly ahead. Whittaker takes him down, gets his back, has a rear naked choke attempt. Adesanya escapes. Whittaker wins that round. Closest to finishing that round with the rear naked choke attempt and had effective grappling as well. Tilts it in his favour. Round 5, same story, but Whittaker just outlands Adesanya and does more damage. So he doesn't even need the grappling. That's how you score MMA fights. Shevchenko won. Listen, I'm not a fan of Shevchenko. I hate her fans and the arrogance that they have, like thinking that she's some god, when in reality she just doesn't fight any talent whatsoever. Coming up straw weights that are way too small for her, like Jessica Andrade and Joanna Jędrzejczyk, or Lauren Murphy, someone who started MMA at 27, and the other people that she's defended against that just can't fight whatsoever. Grapplers do well against Shevchenko. Juliana Pena was doing well before she got armbarred. Pena would probably win again in a rematch. I think this has exposed some holes. I honestly would not mind a rematch between Valentina Shevchenko and Taila Santos. I really wouldn't. If they want to go to Abu Dhabi and just run this one straight away back, I don't even mind based on the controversy. Because what else are we going to do? At least let's stall up the title and keep Shevchenko active. And have some kind of storyline to build on. 234 total strikes to 128. That's that. Doubled her on significant strikes in round 1. Nearly doubled her on significant strikes in round 2. Santos had the back, but no real rear naked choke attempts that weren't under the neck. They were all across the face, which you can't get submissions with unless you're Khabib and you're just cranking away at it, which Santos isn't. So it was never going to get finished unless it was under the neck. Shevchenko was punching her in the face the entire time. When they were in the clinch and Santos was trying to go for a takedown, Shevchenko was punching her in the face, scoring points. When they were on the ground and they were in half guard, Shevchenko was punching her in the face, scoring points. When Santos was in full guard, holding on, doing nothing, and getting stood up for doing nothing, which I don't think she should have been stood up for because Shevchenko was still working. When she got stood up in round 2, Shevchenko was separating her face, elbowing her face. Landed like 5 or 6 of those elbows on the ground in round 2. Total strikes, punch, 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 punch. Santos doing nothing in terms of damage. And honestly, it's on Santos. Read the scoring. It's so easy. Again, say it with me, MMA fans, because you seem to forget this when it's Ketlin Vieira versus Holly Holm. You know what I mean? Damage over everything. Fight finishing positions over everything. The only fight finishing position when there was a real rear naked choke attempt was in round 3 for Taila Santos. That's why I give her that round, despite being out damaged anyway. I'm lenient and I give her that round. Control time means nothing. I love how when something doesn't go the way people want, they all of a sudden love wrestling and love to score it. Do damage, total strike, significant strike, have a good submission attempt. You'll get some points. Changing the way the fight is and taking a good position on someone on the ground does not score points unless the damage is even. It's damage-based scoring. How many more times do we have to go over this with the fans? Don't hate me for this. It's just it's just the way it is. I knew this watching it. Shevchenko first 2 rounds, 2-0. I knew it watching it. No way Santos is winning. She ain't doing nothing. She's getting stood up for doing nothing. She's just holding on, getting total striked. Her coaches should be ashamed if they told her she was winning. Commentary. Get Michael Bisping off commentary. I'll make a video about that. Get him off. You don't know what he's talking about, man. Oh, he was in there and he fought and he was a world champ. He's brain dead. Get him off. You don't know what he's talking about on commentary, man. Simple as that. Damage over everything. You're scoring it 3-0 Santos going into the 4th. Shevchenko needs a finish. Casual fans at home look up to their screen after taking a bite of their pizza and taking a bite of this and a drink of that and talking to their friend about this. And they hear Michael Bisping at the end of every round, which is going to Shevchenko, say to the audience, Santos won that round. 3-0 Santos. Shevchenko needs a finish. And then what do? Like the little NPC humans that they are, who have side quests for everyone else, because they're not real humans. I'm convinced half the fucking people in this world are fucking bots. In all honesty, I don't care how that makes me sound. These people on Instagram comments and social media in general are NPC bots. I don't care what they are. They aren't real existing humans. They're just semi-clones made to vote a certain way and ruin things. They're bots. I don't care anymore. They don't know what they're talking about, and they just start talking. That's what they do. They just start talking. I've got to talk. I'm dumb. Everyone needs to hear my opinion. I heard Bisping say 3-0. It was 3-0. Shall I check the scoring criteria first before I comment on the scoring of a fight? No, I'll just type my comment. Robbery. Retards. Just because it's surprising doesn't mean it has more value. Damage over everything. Get over it. How many more times do we have to have this conversation with MMA fans? UFC, put it up on screen. We know there's 3 judges. We know there's 3 rounds and 5 rounds and fights are scored 10-9 or 10-8. Damage over everything. Total strikes over everything. See you later. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I wanted Shevchenko to lose after watching that. I hoped she got choked out because it would have been funny. She won, man. Like, what do you want me to do? See you later, guys. Rematch? I don't mind. Abu Dhabi, make it quick. Let's move on. Sick of this fucking fan base. Just read the criteria or shut up. Read the criteria of scoring or don't fucking speak about scoring. Same thing about Holm Vieira. Fucking hell. See you later.